Hey guys, Blackjack here, and we've got a surprise. AMD, who would have thought? They've released some new Ryzen chips, the new architecture, the Zen 2. And guess what? It's faster than Intel. I know. Single core performance for the new AMD chips is 15% faster than the old core performance of the Ryzen 2s. So the Ryzen 3000 series is actually the same or better in single core performance than the Intel chips. It's all about the RPC, or the instruction per clock. They made it 15% better. What does that mean for us? Consumers. First of all, gamers. Gamers are a big beneficiary of this, because all modern games will not use more than 4 cores. So it doesn't matter how many cores Intel shoved onto the CPUs, they would always be worse than Intel at games until now. For creators like myself, even though I am a gamer as well, if you want to check out my Twitch, then links are below. For creators, it means that rendering times are going to get a lot quicker in AMD hardware. Now, the rendering times was always very quick because of the amount of cores that AMD shoved onto things like Threadripper or the high-end Ryzen chips. The top of the line Ryzen CPU which got announced today, I think it is the 3900X. It's an 8-core 16-thread part. AMD did a Cinebench live on stage. The video can be found on AMD's website. They did a Cinebench comparison with the 9900K, which is currently, although not for much longer, top of the line Intel chip. Intel has just announced the KS, which is just basically the same chip with a slight core clock speed bump. So same amount of cores, same amount of threads, but with a slightly faster core clock. But the AMD chip costs $500 at launch price, retail recommended price. The retail recommended price for the 9900K is $1,000, and the AMD chip beat it in that test. Think about that. You can buy 2 of these chips for 1 Intel chip, and they're faster. So with that in mind, I am now going to flip over to the PC and read through all the specs of the new AMD Ryzen 3000 series of CPUs, which are coming out on the 7th of July apparently. So let's flip over. So here we are on the AMD page about the new Ryzen 3000 series. So let's look at the AMD 3600. It's got a CPUs of 6, threads of 12, so it's a 6-core 12-thread CPU with a base clock speed of 3.6 GHz, max boost clock of 4.2 GHz, level 2 cache is 3 MB, and total level 3 cache is 32 MB. It's unlocked, which is always good, and the package is AMD4 and it's got a TDP at 65 watts. Now all these CPUs also come with PCI Express 4.0 times 16, and they also come with a cooler. In this case it's a Wraith cooler. All the CPUs also has a system memory specification of 3.2 GHz, that's up from 3 GHz from the last lot of DDR4, and they've all got 2 memory channels. So that's one. Let's look at the next one. It's the AMD Ryzen 5 3600X. It's got 6 cores, 12 threads, base clock of 3.8 GHz, so slightly faster than the clock speeds, and everything else is the same apart from the default TDP, which is 95 watts. So now we're going up to the Ryzen 7, So the Ryzen 7 3700X, which has got total cores of 8 and threads of 16, so it's an 8 core 16 thread CPU, which is up by 2 cores and 4 threads. It's got a base clock of 3.6 GHz, with a max boost of 4.4 GHz, with total level 2 cache of 4 MB, and still 32 MB for level 3 cache. And it's got a TDP of 65 watts, but you also get a Wraith Prism with RGB LED cooler with this as well. So now we're going up to the 3800X. This is the same, this is the competitor for the 7700K CPU from Intel. So it's got an 8 core 16 threads, base clock of 3.9 GHz with a max boost of 4.5 GHz. It's got the same 4 MB of level 2 cache and the same 32 MB level 3 cache. And it's got a TDP of 105 watts. Now for the top of the range, this is the chip what's competing with the 9900K. Total number of cores is 12 cores with 24 threads, base clock of 3.8 GHz with max boost clock of 4.6 GHz, 6 MB of level 2 cache and a massive 64 MB. That is a lot. I remember when computers only used to have 64 MB of RAM total. So 64 MB of level 3 cache, and the default TDP is 105 watts. And of course you get the Wraith Prism with RGB LED. This is the $500 CPU that competes with the AMD 9900K, their current flagship. So this is the new Ryzen 9 announcement. If you go onto the AMD website, there's also a YouTube video of the whole announcement, so it's worth checking that out as well if you are interested in this. So yeah, this is Blackjack signing off.